everywhere.
It's for the future. The future, we need to change something. It doesn't work.
A Quebec report is calling on the government and healthcare system to take a hard look at the nursing profession and update its practices to be able to retain and attract nurses. This amid a labor shortage in the middle of the fourth COVID wave. 4,000 nurses are missing from the job in Quebec.
There's a lack of recognition of what they do, and it affects valorization of their work.
31 recommendations were made in the report from the commissioners on the general state of the nursing profession, half of which revolve around the work environment.
The national guidelines are very important because each center or health center is doing something different than the other.
Some of the recommendations for standardizing the work include introducing a nurse-patient ratio to provide care, stabilizing the care teams by avoiding transfers and using employment agencies as much as possible, establishing a maximum number of hours of work that can be done per day and per week.
The pandemic was a good thing in a way because it's a good timing. All the weaknesses of the systems were,
we're ready to be exposed.
Yeah.
The last time the nursing profession took a look at its practices was in 1996. Currently in Quebec, there are 85,000 nurses.
We have more nurses per 100,000 people, more than in BC and in Ontario. So what the nurses said in the États généraux, it's not a problem of number of nurses. It's a problem of how we use them in the system.
Overhaul of the nurses' training is recommended within the next 5 years by only giving a nurse's permit after a university degree instead of after a college diploma in Quebec. They can practice in a more limited capacity after college until they get their permit.
The CEGEP program in nursing are good, but they are not sufficient. What I mean, there was a domain of knowledge are not teach in the CEGEP program. For example, intensive care.
Amid the labor shortage and the pandemic, some are hoping these recommendations don't get shelved and are acted upon.
We hear a lot about the working conditions. But now we need to change the paradigm.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.